Hello, this is Diane. I'm continuing some work on the Story of Christmas journal. I've got my pages all gathered up into signatures, and if you saw the first video, you will know that the center signature will have the complete story. That was the easiest way to do it, the way the Whitman books are set up. So there are a couple other pages and items in there, but the entire story is in the second signature. The first and the third signatures will have various papers. So here's what I'm doing on the front cardstock page of the signatures. I'm using a Mrs. Coggs image that I had last year. I used two different sets of hers for a design team project last year, and one of them was Choirs and Angels, I think. And the other one was like a nativity set of cards. I can't remember what it was called exactly. It might have been called Nativity. But because my computer that I had last year broke, and I had gotten a new one, but I had just taken my old one to a computer repair place to see if they could retrieve my data, including all my downloads. And they said they can fix it. So they're going to fix it, but I won't have it in time to get my images. But I did have quite a few of her images left over from last year, so that's good. I think I'm going to have enough, all that I need for this journal. So I had perfect ones for the front covers and to go along with the words that she just sent me this year. So this one is Joy to the World. Sorry. And it has the image of a choir. And then on the inside of that page, I have made a little pocket with just a collage, and each one will have a stamp on it. So I've completed that one, and as you can see, I added some lace. It's the same trim on the front of each one. So let's continue on. I'm just getting some tape. So I have this. Sorry, I dropped something on the floor, and I'm going to need that. I have this foil paper. Someone sent it to me. It comes in a sheet, a small sheet, like 6 by 6, like that. I've shown it to you before, and it was, I think it came from Germany, and it's for wrapping chocolates in. So there's quite a few sheets of it here, and I've used it some, and I really like it. So I cut some pieces of that to size to go under my Mrs. Coggs images. I'm just going to stick it down in the center of the card, and then I'll sew around it. Smooth it out. It crinkles up very easily because it's a candy wrapper, but it's a really nice quality. And I could use the silver side if I wanted to. Silver on that side. So that's pretty neat that I have silver and gold all on one piece. So I put some cream colored thread in my machine. And I'm just going to zigzag around, and I'm going to make sure that I catch both of these edges with my stitching. Well, first I have to decide how I want to arrange these on the page. That blends right in, and I'm using cream colored thread, so that's not going to help it stand out. That's better. I have this scrap of coffee dyed craft paper. I had used this paper in the previous journal. So I have the scrap. see if I can punch this. Yeah, the thinner paper, it's hard to do. I'm just going to round it. Might not be quite even, but do the best I can. Okay, so now I think I like this just to be not off kilter. I think it's going to have more of a traditional religious type of look. It's the story of Christmas with nativity images, so I like the traditional feel. Even though the pages of the book that I'm using, the children's book, are 60s and not extremely traditional in their look. If you saw the previous video, you saw that the illustrations are done with quite bold brushstroke-y type of art. I'm using a wide zigzag so that it will catch the edges of both papers. I don't think that one will. Here we go. This one will be a little trickier because I have to do rounded corners, and I will make this a narrower zigzag because of the rounded corners. This one has a plaid paper that I punched with a border punch and then added some gold rickrack and a stamp. 1998 stamp. I'm making sure that I'm not going to, I'm going to be stitching around the edges here in the bottom so it won't stitch over any of that. Of course, I had to do that side before I could do the pocket, because otherwise I would sew the pocket closed. And I'm going to do a straight stitch for this. Getting hung up on something there. Probably the trim. Yeah, I got caught on the trim there. So I'm going to fix that because I folded it up. Oh, better. one more page to do. Uh-oh, where'd my words go? It says, "Hark the Herald Angels." Oh, there it is. Oh, I forgot to ink around the Silent Night. Rats. I'll try to do that with a tiny little inker somehow. After Judy comes and picks up Adam, I'm going to go look at a double wide that's available. I might be able to go live in. I like it with the picture at the top. And my son's gonna come down and go with me. I would rather have somebody with me, so it's not just me being lured into something, you know? Maybe that. I'm just so gullible. And my daughter and son-in-law went with me the last time I went to look at one. It's just nice to have another opinion. I don't know if I'm ready to move, but I mean, I myself am ready to move. My belongings aren't ready, and my house isn't even listed to sell. I don't know how long it would take to sell it. It's just kind of awkward when I'm living in a place and I have to live here until I'm ready to move, but I also have to sell this place that I'm living in. What are you supposed to do? Whoops. I want to make this a long stitch. Going too fast. Oh, 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 oh. My foot was still on the pedal. Let's take that stitch out of there. I always like it if somebody who sent me something sees a video in which I used what they sent me. I always like it if they let me know in the comments that it was them that sent it, because I don't often remember who sent what. I used to remember pretty much everything, but I've gotten a lot of happy mails, so I don't remember anymore where stuff comes from. But I usually remember that it did come in a happy mail, but not even always that. Sometimes I don't know if I bought it or if I received it. Now this one is a narrower pocket, but I can put it in the center and I still won't run over the other items that I glued on or sewed on. I have the front cover of each signature done. Now, since I'm here at the sewing machine, let's see what other sewing I might want to do here. I think I'd rather have this up against the white background than against this dark plaid. But I could put a fabric flip here. See if I have any fabric flips that would work. I don't want to put a farm scene in a nativity journal. I don't want to put plaid on plaid. Don't really want to include a reindeer in a nativity journal. Or ornaments. I don't think I have one that works. This one could. I could use the plaid ones on a different page. I guess ornaments are okay. I don't want to have any Santas in a nativity book. Could take some of this. This is the tablecloth that has the ornaments on it, but I can take this piece that doesn't have any ornaments and use this. It's a little too wide. And maybe a little shorter. I have this little red velvety fabric. If it doesn't ravel too much, maybe I'll just put a little bit of that on here. I had one velvet piece that I tried to work with last year. Something that came from a flea market, but I don't know what it was about it, but it was pretty much unusable unless you were, as a raw edge, it didn't work. And the fabric flips have raw edges. It just kept falling apart. This one seems to be better. Okay, here I'm coming. You all done?
Yep.
And you completed all the extra stuff you had to do?
Yep.
Did you get that email into your other teacher?
Yep.
And everything's okay?
Yep.
Okay. It's on video now.
Evidence.
So you better be being truthful.
What you gonna do? Sue me? I'm joking.
Okay, your mom will be here pretty soon.
Okay, I'm gonna go finish watching Sherlock Holmes.
You won't finish it. You have like an hour and a half left to watch.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Don't know if this one will have a fabric flip. Yeah, why not? Why not, I say. How far in did we go for this one? Not very far. So, let's put one on this page. This one can have the plaid. Or that's not plaid. This plaid. That paper is slippery, it just kept pushing it, so now it's off kilter. That's okay, doesn't need to be in the center. Nope, this came out of this one. And put it right on this page. As you can see, I already had some fabric flips built, just not sewn together. It saves time. If I take my pieces downstairs while I'm watching TV in the evening, I can put them together and then they're all ready to sew. Maybe I'll put a little something here. I will put some seam binding there. it on this page here. A gold one, I think. Then I think I better get myself ready to go look at a house. And a red one on this page. When I pulled the white out for the first one, I figured I would use white for all of them, but when I decided to do it on this black and white page, I thought I should go with color. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I've done at least some of the sewing. I might have more sewing to do. I probably will, but I've got some of it done, and I need to go now. So thank you for watching with me today, and I hope that you're liking the progress on this beautiful story from the 1960s. Well, the story is older than that, but the book is from the 1960s, and I think it's really cool. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed it so far, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.